This is the Tier 3 literacy group telling you about secret stories. We're going to start with letter A.
When A is short and lazy, that means he's eating an apple. But when,
So he's saying what?
Ah.
Right.
And when he's a superhero, he says A.
Right. Okay, now we're going to look at letter E.
When E is short and lazy, she goes eh.
Right.
Eh.
What'd you say there, Sunny? Because she can't?
Here.
Right. When she's a superhero?
She says E.
Right. Okay, now we are looking at letter I.
When I is short and lazy, he does his stretches because he thinks that he's gonna be too fat to fit in his costume. And
So what does he say when he's doing that? Right? And when he's a superhero?
He says I.
Right. So they say their own names. Okay, now we're looking at letter O.
When O is short and lazy, he thinks he's always sick, so he goes to the doctor and he always gets the stick in his mouth and he says, oh.
Oh, what's he say when the stick's in his mouth? Ah.
When he's a superhero, he says, oh.
Right. Okay, now we're going to look at letter U.
When you short and lazy, he says, ah.
Right, because he's a student.
That doesn't know what to do.
Because he wasn't listening to his teacher. So the teacher says, do this, and he goes, show us. Okay, when he's a superhero.
He says you.
Good. Okay, now we are looking at Mommy E, boys. Mommy E.
When Mommy E is when she's one letter across from A, E, I, O, U, she says sit up straight and say your own name.
Right.
And then she covers her mouth.
So that she doesn't say anything. So she can only be one letter away from one of the vowels.
Not two.
If she's too far away and they can't hear her, right? All right, good. Now we have the babysitter vowels.
Mommy E needs a break, so she gets E, I, A, U, or O for to babysit.
And so what does the babysitter do? The same thing as?
Mommy E.
So what would they say to the...
Sit up straight and long and say your own name.
Right, and then they're quiet. What was the other thing I was going to mention about that? Oh, how far away do they need to be from another vowel to do it? One letter. There can be one consonant in between, right? If there's more, too bad, so sad. Right? Can't hear. Good. Okay, now we have sneaky Y.
When Y is tired of saying yeah, and he knows that, and he find out the vowels had superpowers, so he went into E, I.
Yeah, there's the card.
I's closet and stole their capes. And if he hides at the back of the word, he can use those and
So what would he say if he's got the E cape on at the end of a word?
E.
Right, and what would he say if he's got the I cape on? Can he do it at the beginning of the word, Joel?
No.
Because he will get...
Got.
Right, good. So at the beginning of the word, he'll say yeah. At the end of the word, he might say E or I when he's being sneaky. Now we have I tries E on for size.
When I tries E on for size, that means he tries on the cape.
Right. So it's kind of like us if we're walking down the street and we see the Stanley Cup. We don't just walk by it. We're going to lift that thing up in the air and try it out for size, aren't we? So same with I. When he sees superhero E's cape lying around, he's going to try it on for size. So in some words, I will say what sound?
E.
Oh, what does the superhero E say?
E.
E. So sometimes letter I will say E in a word. Okay, next these two cards go together. And this is our blends. with our blender. So tell us about that.
When the blender was blending all different letters together, and after a long week away or a month,
Well, just they let the blender go too long.
when they let the blender go too long, the thing exploded and it dropped all the two letters together, like bull and cur.
Right. So we don't go bull. We blend them together and go bull, right?
Yeah.
We don't go cur. We go cur and blend them together because they were put together in the blender too long. And the last one we're going to look at today is two vowels go a walkin'. So tell us about that, please.
There's E and
Well, just tell us when two vowels go.
together and
Well, tell us the rhyme. When two vowels go a
when
walkin'.
two vowels go walking, the
First one.
first one does the talking.
And says it's
Its own name.
right.
Like E-A,
So EA would say,
E,
and EE would say,
E,
AI would say,
A,
UI would say,
U,
UE would say,
U,
OA would say.
O.
Right, and we have one exception, don't we, Dade?
Yeah.
Sometimes EA can be extra lazy, and what would they say when they're being extra lazy?
Eh.
Like the lazy short vowel sound of letter E, right? That's in words like bread, head, those kinds of things. Good job, guys.